So check this out. Got a different change of scenery. So got finished up on the homestead job, moved the equipment this morning to this project. And I didn't get any video because it was pouring down rain, was an understatement for how hard it was raining when we brought the equipment over here. So I was focused on that, getting the equipment moved over here. And now that it's dried up, I'm going to show you what I got to do. All right, got the excavator warming up. So this project is a pond. Surprise. So there's actually an old pond in these trees right here. Long story short, about 10 years ago, well, it's longer than that, his father built this pond. I think he said they rented a D8 and they just pushed a bunch of dirt up, and they didn't do the overflow right. It ended up leaking. Couldn't keep the pond full. He had other priorities. Long story short, he had young kids, was worried about them falling in the pond, possibly drowning, so he actually busted the pond dam. That was 10 years ago. So now his kids are older, he wants his pond back. He's built a nice house over here, and he would like his pond back. So what I'm going to do is come in here and clear all these trees out. It's amazing, 8-9 years, how fast stuff returns back. As far as trees, and I'm sure that didn't just grow back overnight. I'm sure it was a little while after the pond was here before it started sprouting. So I mean, most of this has grown back within probably the last 5 or 6 years. But the pond did come all the way up to right here. It's so overgrown and wet, it's really hard to show exactly what I've got to do. But the pond dam starts right here, and I can easily walk, I think, right here. So this is the pond dam. It is tall and narrow. They push dirt up, and kind of however it fell over is kind of how it laid in here, it looks like. But here is the breach in the pond dam. Let's see if I can walk down here without falling off. But as you can tell, it's woo steep. So here is the breach in the pond. I mean, it's a ditch. One more step and you're gonna need to call an ambulance. So the pond is out there. Pond dam's right here. It's the long, tall pond dam, as you can tell. So what I'm going to do is come in here and I'm going to go into the head section, remove all the trees out. I don't really have to do much dredging. There's some islands up there that he wants to take out, peninsulas. It's really hard to tell until I get in here and clear it so you can exactly see what I'm even talking about. But yeah, it's got all the potential with the right side. They used a PVC pipe and didn't do the right fittings or something, and I don't know, he said it just started leaking and the dam started to give way, I guess, so they just decided to abandon it for the time being. And I don't think he planned on it being quite this long, but here we are. So that's what I'm going to get started on. I'm going to go in here and start knocking some trees down. I'm going to burn everything in the pond and dig a pit to get the dirt to fix my pond dam back here. And all the edges are pretty much like straight down drops, so I'm going to soften those slopes so that it's a little more people friendly and easier to maintain. So let's go get started. to do all the work from inside the pond. That way I'm not tearing up all the pretty grass he's got around the pond and creating more work than what needs to be done. So I'm kind of making my way down in here, knocking the trees down here and get situated. Start, I don't know, I guess clearing a path that way to kind of figure out where I'm going to start piling all this stuff up at. It's not huge stuff, but it's dense, the small stuff that's here. And I'm afraid it's going to really add up as far as volume. I got to burn all this. And it's not, we're out in the country, but we're not like out in the country. So it's gonna piss somebody off. Might be another late night of burning when everybody's gone nighty-night. Get enough down. There's some peninsulas that come out here from the bank. I think it's farther up that way. When I looked at this, there weren't no leaves on the tree, so you could see very easily. Now it looks like it's twice as thick. So I'm going to get majority of the trees. The rest of them are going in probably the borrow pit I dig to get dirt. So I'm not really worried about getting every branch. Get the bulk of it. The rest of it will just get buried in the pond, and it won't hurt anything because it's going to be underwater. That pond dam's super steep. I'm probably going to add some dirt to it. Soften it up a little bit. Can't even walk up it, it's so steep. Solid in here. Pile everything up, and then once I figure out where it's going, then I can sort it out. Sometimes you just gotta move brush a couple times until you get a spot to put it. going that way until I get to the other side and kind of. So here's one of the peninsulas coming out from the bank up there out to the pond. I'm not a fan of them, they're just a maintenance nightmare. But so neither is he, because we're gonna get rid of them. But I worked for about 30 minutes and got a little bit of an area opened up here. See the dozer sitting way up there. So I'm gonna clear this out and then go out that way. Those taller trees are the other shoreline bank of the pond. So it's probably, I think it's about 1.5 acres. So we'll go ahead and knock this down and then make my way over in that direction. So check out this pond bank right here. I mean, it's pure just a straight down drop. I don't know who thought that was going to be a good idea. Just everything erodes and you can't maintain it. So I'll probably dig all this out, put dirt back against there and track it in. Just so the water, I don't think, goes halfway down the bank here. And there's no need to have a straight down drop. So the bank is kind of undermined right here. Look at the size of the snapping turtle that's crawling up under here. He's gonna be mad here in a second. We're buried one. He'll come out of here in a minute. I don't know how it crawled up the bank like that, to be honest with you. Mr. Turtle, you're gonna have to move. All up under that stump. I'll just leave it for now and do it. I'll grab it later. He can find a new spot to live temporarily. He'll have a nice pond here in about 3 weeks. So the guy who owns this place, his father was a well driller and drilled a well somewhere right up the hill and got like 40 or 50 gallons a minute. So that's what they will use to keep the pond pump full. So he said he has all intentions of firing the well pump back up as soon as I get done to start filling the pond up. So 40 gallons a minute, it's a lot of water, but he'll definitely start filling the pond back up. So, might be able to see a little water in here before I leave. I can definitely come back to this job though. It'll be a good one to follow up on. quite the burn pile here before it's all said and done. Making my way around the pond, you can see a little bit better now. Here's the little peninsula coming out from the other side. Like I said, I looked at this job, there wasn't any leaves on the trees, so you could see a little better. But it was like a little road coming out and had a little cove right here. They just pushed dirt up everywhere. But yeah, as you can tell, the banks are like a straight down drop almost. So I'm gonna come in here and soften all that up and just kind of waste that dirt in there. And there's the one on the other side that I came in on, so I'm going to probably use all that dirt for to rebuild the pond dam or soften that slope, kind of whatever it works out to be. So making headway. Still goes a pretty good little ways up in there though, so I'm going to go ahead and knock these pine trees down here and start opening that up a little bit more. I got the head section, well, not all of it done, but a pretty good little area. Of course, I got a pile right here, you can see, but I made it all the way up there. That's the area where I came in at. Now I'm coming back kind of down towards the pond dam. I can't really tell where the pond dam's at, but I'm trying to clear a trail here. Got about 30 more minutes to work before I have to leave. But I feel like I've got a lot done in the half a day I was here. Gum trees on top of this kind of ridge out here, and I was like, oh boy, these things are going to be a nightmare to dig up, but they're actually ripping out of the ground fairly easy. There's just 4 of them than I was expecting. So I'm just trying, like I said, get everything broke up, knocked down, that way it can dry out a little bit. The first chance I can to get some rain, or it rain and I'm able to burn and stuff dries out a little bit, go ahead and burn that, get all that gone. That way I got plenty of room to start doing my dirt work that I need to do. Main thing is I got to be able to shoot some grades and see kind of how the pond lays in here. Everything's so overgrown, I can't tell where water level actually is or how deep this is, if I've got to cut this down some or what, you just can't tell until you get it cleared. Trying to do all my burning down here at the bottom. I think that's what I want to do. Until I get it cleared, I can't exactly tell, but what I'm thinking, for the dirt I need for the pond dam, I can just dig a hole right here and then use that dirt for the pond dam, then bury all this crap in the hole. Stuff like this, because you can really make some progress. You just grab a hold of it and just rip it right out. want to try to get over here to kind of where that water's laying in there and see if I can't get a video of that before I have to leave. So I probably got at least half of the trees cleared, I think. I mean, I still got to go all the way down that bank and clear all those and all that over there as well. But this is pretty much all that's left of the original pond after they busted the dam on it. And I'm gonna walk over here and see if I can actually, I think that's the pond dam right here. Hopefully I've stirred it around enough and run all the snakes off, because this looks snaky. Let's see if I can't meander my way up through here. We'll check out the old pond dam. If I can grab the briars here, they're eating me up. There we go. Alright, this little clearer right here. So I got finished coming up here. Don't exactly know where the original water level was. Like I say, I have really no references other than once I check grades, but it is you couldn't tell it from the other side, but this is an extremely tall pond dam. So I don't exactly know. I might have to widen it a little bit. I mean, it might be 8 feet wide, but it's like literally right here. It's probably 25 feet down there to where the creek level is, or the old ditch channel. So I don't know, might have to dig out, take some of that dirt and soften this slope a little bit, but we'll see. Might, I don't know, figure it out. Can't really tell. The plan is to at least clear the pond dam off, and I feel like I can at least add some dirt to the front face and soften that a little bit. I got a lot of bigger trees back here on the back, and I really don't want to disturb all that. Might need to put some dirt in there though. It's a pretty steep pond dam. I mean, literally you go out like 4 feet and you're down like 12. It's about vertical, so you can tell they just definitely just pushed the dirt across here and wished it the best. Well, there it is. I think that property corner right there is actually on the neighbor's side. Make sure I don't disturb that. Alright, well, I gotta call it a day. Felt like I got a fair amount done. Next time I'm out here, I'll finish getting all the trees cleared off and getting everything piled up, and I'll shoot some grades and see exactly what I'm working with here, and hopefully have a good plan nailed down for what needs to be done. So I feel like if I do need dirt, I can dig a hole here. It seemed like I'm starting to hit a little bit of rock right there, but let's find out once I start digging.